Now, if you're on the plantation and the slave owner is right by you, you couldn't say to your friend Jed, I'm running away tonight. You had to code talk. Now, they didn't allow Africans to be educated, but they did allow them to have a little religion. Okay, a little religion. So what they would do is they would give messages to each other by singing Negro spirituals. If they sang a song called Follow the Drinking Gourd, they would be giving information on the plantation, letting you know that if you decide to use the Underground Railroad and run away, that you should look to the drinking gourd in the sky, which was the Big Dipper with the North Star at the tip, okay? And it would guide you north. They would also sing this song, and you guys sing along because I know that you know a little bit of it. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Now we remember that. You remember when you got baptized, okay? You had on your little white robe and your rubber hat, right? You will hear that in the black church even today. But that was a code song that was, if it was sang in the slave community, it was letting you know that if you heard the slave catchers coming with the dogs, that you should get yourself down into the water, because the water will wash away your smell and wash away your scent and your tracks. And it's this song also that you may be familiar with as well. And it goes like this. When Israel was in Egypt's land, let my people go. Oppressed so hard they could not stand, let my people go. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Tell, oh, Pharaoh, let my people go. Let me tell you a little secret. The mother of the movement wasn't the first person not to get up on the bus. There were two other women. One was 18, her name was Mary Louise Smith. The other one was 16, her name was Claudette Colvin. Claudette Colvin, I'll have you know, they were going to use her just like they used Rosa Parks. But something happened to Claudette Colvin during the legal case. She got pregnant. And let me tell you that the civil rights movement was just as much about image as it was about principle. So what they did was, they stepped back from Claudette Colvin and used Rosa Parks as the figurehead, if you will. Okay? But you see, Dr. Martin Luther King, who had not totally accepted nonviolent protest practices and procedures, yet Dr. King was packing during the Montgomery, Alabama bus boycott. For those of you that don't know what packing is, he was carrying a firearm. What you see in the media, okay, reading books, seeing TV, seeing movies, the socialization process, okay, it impacts your preferences. And sometimes those preferences you don't even know you have. There are a lot of people now in EEO departments all over the country and all over the world talking about unconscious bias, that are talking about implicit bias, but they're not talking about the origins of those images. So it makes it kind of difficult to deconstruct if you don't know where they come from. So we're going to look at where it is that they come from. Based on that iconography, based on those caricatures, people that consume them, the stereotypes that were produced in their minds, they would create public policy. That means that I see the images, then I'm going to create something that's in the real world. And so when you have things like the black codes or the slave codes, which restricted movement and rights of people of African ancestry, they were produced because people saw those images. They saw that imagery. And I just want to tell you, we are talking about how this imagery in popular culture is consumed and impacts those of African ancestry. But that's not just the whole story, is that there are images that represent stereotypes about women, about people of different religions, about sexual orientation, about the other different protected now categories that we saw in our popular culture. And these manifestations we would see over and over and over again. And then we would get these biases built up in our unconscious where all of the decisions are made. And then we would be making decisions based on someone else's idea on what a woman was, or what a gay man was, or what an African American man or woman was. No math and science. You can be a millionaire being a rapper or an athlete. That's not what I'm talking about. Everybody can't do that stuff. I'm talking about what is some stuff that you can plan on right now that can get you where you want to be and what you want to have. Now, what we're going to do is talk about the college route. All right? We're going to talk about the college route. And I'm just talking about the statistics. College is one route. Now, I'm going to tell you, college ain't for everybody. But for the people who it is for, listen up. If the shoe don't fit, it don't fit. You go to a trade school. You can go to the military. You can go to another way. There's many different ways to skin a cat. But the way that I'm talking about today is just the college way. There are a lot of different ways for you to get on. All right? And I just want to talk to you about the mindset that you need to have to get on whatever way that you go. All right? There's a lot of different ways for you to go. So here are some of the statistics. College graduates earn more than people who just have a high school degree. Plain and simple. It's easy. And based on what the statistics say, over your lifetime, if you have a college degree, you're going to make over $1 million more than someone who just has a high school degree. And we're not even going to talk about dropouts. All right? If you drop out, then you make even less. Just based on the statistics. We want to get these statistics in our minds before we start talking about college and some other stuff. All right?